pretty good picture about the things that went right, but Friday only 37% of commuter trains arrived on time, commuter rail trains. What's your reaction to that? What's your response to that statistic?
Well, look, as you know, we've been working with Keolis over the last 3 days to not only improve the service that we've been providing, but also to reinstitute some things that they are doing differently now. One of the things that they started over the weekend through our direction was they created a better emergency operations center, which they consolidated and put all of the resources in one place, just like Jeff was describing earlier, that we've been doing all along with the winter prep.
But is 37% acceptable?
Absolutely not. It's not acceptable, and that's one of the reasons why we reacted the way we did on Friday when we saw that happening. Some of the things that occurred on Friday could have been avoided, and that's why we spent a lot of time with Keolis over the last few days, making sure that we're addressing those issues and making sure that we have the correct car counts in the morning to start service and to remain in that position throughout the day. So that's one of the things that we are working hard right now to make sure it's consistent.
Can you explain to us why aren't transit systems built to withstand frigid conditions? After all, this is Boston. It gets very cold here. Can you explain to people that?
Well, I'll tell you this. I've been in the industry for a long time, and when you do projects to build for infrastructure, you do a cost-benefit analysis, and you determine what happens and what's the most common kind of environment that you're going to be operating in, and that's kind of what you design to. And if you design for more than that, that obviously increases the kind of investments that you might have to make. In the case of the weather that we've been facing the last 10 days, it is record weather for not just us. It's the same thing in Canada and the same thing throughout the regions. And so as we all address how we're going to stay operational, I mean, look, I can't predict when my pipes are going to burst in my own house when we get this kind of weather. So it really is something that all the infrastructures have a lot of stress during these times, and we do our best to keep them running, and we make investments to make them more resilient.
The Mattapan trolley, the Mattapan trolley, is that a permanent loss of service?
Right, but it seems like you know,
Mr. General Manager, Madam Secretary,